What it do, man? Your boy Black. Talk to y'all for a little minute, man. There's some stuff I got to get off my chest, and there's some shit I need to, break down to Black America, the ones that I can influence. I would hope y'all listen to this. I would hope you like it, share it. I really am trying to shoot to the forefront on this activism thing. And, it's discouraging right now because I feel like, a lot of people not really just paying attention to our causes, And that's how we got to the state that we in right now. It took about 30 years for us to get right here where we are. To get shot down in the streets that don't nobody care. We got to start movements that don't nobody support. And so I just recognize it, man. People need it in that. And I always have been like a deviant, a revolutionary. You got two types of humans in this world. You have conformists and you have deviants. I learned that by attending university. So I have been a part of the conformed part of this society, and I can appreciate the knowledge that I got from right there. But all they do in college, man, and I'm not telling no one not to go to college, I'm not saying that at all. Because we got to get in every walk of life. In certain walks of life, you're not going to you're not going to be able to enter without a formal education. You got to have credentials in this world. That's what gets you into places, That's what opens certain doors for you, credentials. A lot of us had doors closed in our faces because we don't have no credentials. We may understand the job and what's needed to be done. We may even be able to do it. However, we don't have the paperwork that certifies us to do it. So therefore, we can't even get in there. You dig? I study my man Malcolm X. Y'all know that I've been fleshing him out. I fleshed the internet out with Malcolm X. I do it for two reasons. And one, here's a real corner reason I do it to be spiteful. You know what I'm saying? Because I know don't nobody like Malcolm X. Black people scared to like him in public. Which just reinforces what white people do when they say, oh, he was a racist and this and all that shit. Every lie that they tell about Malcolm X, when we don't celebrate him, y'all know I just went hard for his birthday. Man, there might have been 3 people in my feed who actually did something, for Malcolm X, in commemorative of that. One dude, a professional, I think I really made his ass feel guilty, so he posted something on his page, He posted the same shit I had, but instead of him supporting me and reposting mine, he went and found it, did it, but he still did his thing, I ain't tripping on that, you did. But I really am about this black unity. And the thing is, we don't know how to unify. When you look at the internet, you see all of this pro-black stuff and all of us on some different things. Most of us on different shit, you dig? And we don't like to support each other. People that's advocating Egyptian heritage and ancestry, they don't want to support the Hebrews, you dig? The Hebrews don't want to support this one. And collectively, all of that shit is just a hindrance because without organization, it's just chaos, And I feel like my position and who I am trying to aspire to be, who I'm going to be, I'm going to do it. I don't give a damn if I don't get a single like or share or whatever. I'm going to arrive in the right place that I'm supposed to be to affect change on this world for my people. You dig? I ain't got no apologies for being pro-black. I ain't got no apologies for kidnapping y'all feed with shit y'all don't want to hear and see or read, may not ever read. I don't have no apologies for white people who offended by the stuff I'm putting in the feed and they got to see that, take that abuse. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't, at the end of the day, you ain't saying nothing against it. So you a part of the problem, you heard me? Anybody who not making a stand for me, you might as well be against me. You did? And when I say against me, I'm talking about black people in general, collectively, all of us. Malcolm X said this, man. He said the biggest mistake of the movement, and we know what the movement is, Martin Luther King, the civil rights, all that stuff right there, you know what I'm saying, activism, freedom fighters. He said the biggest mistake of the movement has always been that we keyed in on one thing. That's why my feed has so much different shit, and you can't tell what I'm going with. What I'm going with is that black shit, as they call it. I'm going with the promotion and empowerment of black people. It ain't no one thing happening with us. I'll talk about voting one time because of the fact that, we don't get out and vote. But then we ain't got no money either, so I put something in the feed about finances. Racism is the biggest thing. That's why I flush it out. because I want y'all to know you're supposed to be offended by this shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're not offended by what happened in the past, you're not going to be offended by what happened right now. Majority of us think this shit over with. This shit ain't fucking over. Anytime you look at the television and you see young black kids getting shot down in the street and the cops going home, a white cop went home, man, that's racism. And don't let the people tell you no different. You know what I'm saying? That little dude that got locked up for sending that girl that text message, even though she sent him the text first, man, that's racism. Because had there been a white dick, a white penis in her telephone, her parents wouldn't have said shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care about offending nobody with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been made to feel guilty about being offended. Man, what kind of shit is that? Man, you keep on stepping on my shoes in the club, we're going to talk about that. You dig? Every time I see you, you bumping into me in public and we got all this room right here, you keep on invading my space, we're going to talk about that. I'm supposed to be offended. You dig? Any man would be offended. Any woman would be offended. But when it comes to black people, we made to feel guilty when we talk about how we feel offended. You know? Let me tell you something. You see me interact with certain people in my threads, in my feed, because, hell, they the ones talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So when they speak to me, I speak back. You dig? When we talk about something or when we clowning, that's because they chose to interact with me. I interact on all y'all pages. You dig? I like everybody picture. Females I don't know. Females I remember, you know what I'm saying? Never return the love. You know, I don't trip on that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where your mind is. You feel like if you can't stop what I'm gonna think about you anyway by liking my picture. Your ass the one follow me. You follow me because I look good. You did? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with that, you heard me? You know that's what it is. You know, I followed you because you're fine. Not because I know you. You know what I'm saying? But oftentimes I do know people. I've lived in like 17 states in this country. And so I know a lot of people. I've met a lot of people. A lot of people know me. I forgot a whole lot of them, but you know, they shoot me a request. Hey, I'll accept it. They don't speak. I don't speak because I don't remember you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no biggie. You know, I'm just supporting you, whatever you got going on your Facebook, because I remember, I understand that that's the only forum you got to express yourself, you know. As long as you ain't putting no extreme stupid stuff in my feed, you know, I'm cool with that. I know how to scroll by, you dig? I crowd the feed out with all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Because there's not no one thing going on in this world. Black people don't go vote. So I put stuff out there that people need to go vote on, you know what I'm saying? I tell you that you need to go vote. Because when you don't vote, that's what they want you to think, that you don't count. But there's a process going on right here that the people older than us have not communicated to us. Martin Luther King took the time to communicate what was going on with politics. After he died, ain't nobody really told us about that shit. Jesse punk ass ain't never had no meeting to explain to us about politics. Al Sharpton, I swear to God, I don't know what Al Sharpton do. He just show up every time we get offended, but I don't know what he doing. I don't know nothing he's ever done for us. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell his position is in society. But these are people that we associate as being leaders, man. It's time to get them clowns out. You know, and they gonna move around. They tired, but they greedy, so they stand around getting money and shit, but they not talking about our causes, you know what I'm saying? They need to move around and finance what the 70s and 80 babies trying to do, what we're about to do. Anybody you see sharing pro-black shit on the internet, on Instagram and stuff, man, that's them 70s and 80s babies. Them old folks ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? They scared. They done got too old. They really feel like they can't affect change. And they get something done tomorrow, their ass gonna die. Then it's gonna be over with, you know, because if we're not interested in keeping it going, like their ass wasn't interested in supporting what Martin Luther King had going on, just because they was able to vote and got some good jobs and shit, they thought it was over. So when people like Jesse was being faithful, they weren't supporting him. They weren't telling us about no black shit. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't telling us about we got to keep going forward as a race, because life is all about progression. You know what I'm saying? You don't get in no job and stay in no standstill. Some of us do. White and black Americans, we do that. We ain't got no ambition. Those type of people who do that don't have no ambition. You catch a person who cleaned toilets for 20 years, hey, he had no ambition. She had no ambition. I'm not shitting on them. I'm just telling the truth, you dig? Catch a person, I heard a chick told me one time, you know, she bragging on how her aunt had, or her family member or something like that had been, you know, on staff at this university for 30 years. I'm like, so she ain't got no diploma? You know what I'm saying? I ain't tell her that shit, but, you know, she done got in and got a job as a secretary and been a secretary for 30 years. That ain't shit to brag on to me, you know what know what I'm saying? And so that's why, you know, people got a problem with different stuff I say, because, yeah, I do expect us to aspire to be different shit, to aspire to be greater at all times, you know what I'm saying? I ain't planning on standing in no field holding no cell phone talking to people who don't even like my shit forever. I got shit to do, and I'm gonna do that. Y'all keep hearing that whistle, that's the spirit, the wind blowing. But that's why I talk about so much stuff in my feed, so many different things, you know? And there are people who interact with me. I gotta start making these videos more often, and I am gonna do it. I keep saying that. My homeboy told me, like, man, you gotta get your information out there. He said, I learned a lot from you. You got a lot of views that need to be heard. The average person don't want to read, you know. So you got to make videos to get out what you're trying to say. And I keep saying I'm gonna be faithful to it. I got videos I never even posted yet, you know what I'm saying? Because I have uploaded them to YouTube, and all the people who know me say they got love to me, won't even shoot on YouTube to look at it. But maybe I'm not advertising it right. I'm not blaming y'all. That's on me. I got to figure out what I'm doing and, you know, work out the schematics of it and things. And I'm gonna do that. I'm committed to change, you heard me? I'm committed to change. I don't care who offended. I don't care who offended, man. If you white, black, my friend, my enemy, whatever. I don't care if I got to step on your toes. I'm going to keep stepping on your toes until you become aware of what we got going on, you know what I'm saying, as a movement. And it's not just me. That's the illusion, you know what I'm saying? You think one person in your feed in there with that black shit. Fuck no. Man, there's millions of us on this. And if we all get on it, then we going to roll. Just like all white people on their shit. All white people take this stance. Either they flat out support it, or they don't say nothing against it, which is still silent support. I don't care nothing about you friends with a white person on Facebook. If you post some pro-black shit, and they get to if they tell you all white people ain't racist, they racist. Straight up. All white people not racist. You can't blame all of us. You see they throw themselves in there with that because they know. They identify with being on people. And they know that it's a process, you know what I'm saying, that they benefiting from. They know that it is really, they tell you they don't know shit about white privilege, but every time they pass by a state trooper and he don't stop their ass, but he stop us in the car behind us, in the car behind them, they know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop being afraid to be offended. You know what I'm saying? Be offended. Fuck that. You know? You got to be offended in the stuff that's going on around you. When somebody doing some positive shit, you got to take a stance and support that. You got to support it. People gonna keep on disrespecting you in your city. You know what I'm saying? If you white folks gonna keep on disrespecting your ass if you never take a stance. Racism is not over. It's very alive and prevalent. People want to say, oh man, we got the same opportunities as everybody else. Okay, we do have that opportunity. All of us got the opportunity to become Fortune 500 CEOs. But embark on that mission. And watch the hindrances and shit that pop up because you're black, because you're Latino. I know it'll probably be some Latinos listening to this, you know what I'm saying? Because we're in the same boat. But the thing about them is that they made progress over here because they listen to their leaders. They go vote for people who can't even fucking speak English, but they legal. And they go vote for whoever they own. Boy told them to go vote for it. Their representative in their community, they go do that shit. Black people don't do that. I got a guy in Louisiana who was a former senator and stuff like that. Man, I know, but beyond a shadow of a doubt, man, that dude left his office because of the fact that black people ain't worried about black shit. You dig? So he can't get no moves done. That man ain't finna keep spinning his wheels. He already rich. He don't want to sell us out. So he just be like, man, I'm gonna just do my private thing. You know what I'm saying? And he not even worrying about that no more. That's a burden being removed off of him, you know? He ain't got to be involved. Martin Luther King didn't have to be involved in that shit. Malcolm X didn't have to be involved in that shit, man. Them boys had wives and kids, children, you did. They did not have to do what they did. They didn't have to make the sacrifices that they made for us, you know? And for us to lay here and just act like it's nothing and just go through life with total disregard, man, that's unfair to their legacy. You know, we are down by choice. And the choice is that we won't unite and come forward and support each other in the things that we got going on, you dig? One thing, man, I want to take the time to do right now, no apologies. You know, I don't apologize for shit if you know me. I don't apologize for nothing unless I'm actually wrong, you know? and deliberately wrong. Got to be deliberate, because in what I'm about to say right now, I was wrong. And what we have to understand is that people who are seekers of knowledge, man, they're going to always change their mind on stuff. That's human nature, to change your mind. You know, that's your right as a human to change your mind. You do not have to be the same way you were 5 minutes ago. That's why people change and get positive, or they might change and get negative depending on circumstances, you know. I'll tell you something, good and evil is a very real thing. Good and evil is real. However, religion, although the texts and the books that they use to establish religion does make it clear what good and evil is, it's also a mind control over the people. That's just flat out, you know what I'm saying? It's mind control over the people. And I don't care if white people don't unplug. That's on them. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. I would encourage them to, because if they unplug from that bullshit, then they probably get on our team, and then we can go forth as humans. You know, we can all support humanity then. You know, we would all focus our attention on, like, some of the smaller, less civilized countries. They focus on the people versus the government. America don't operate like that. America is founded and operates on a very racist system. Straight up, that's what it is. It promotes one race over the other. That is genius. If me and 5 of my homeboys would have got together, then guess what? It would still be a racist system, and black folks would get in easier. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't let all black people in because, you know, ultimately we the one trying to get it in. And that's what they are, the founding fathers of this country, for whatever. Man, you can't even hate on them. They are the founding fathers of the United States of America. It wasn't no United States. They come over here, they stole them people land, murdered them, gave them blankets with polio on there. They did all this shit. And them boys dropped their nuts and did stuff. They made real moves for their people. However, the moves that they made, you know what I'm saying, them moves shut us out. And it continues to shut us out. And we don't get interested to say nothing, you dig? We won't participate in the voting process. The voting process is to let them people know you fed up. True, you could get 20 votes over here and 1 vote for this guy right here. But if they see that that's why the popularity vote counts. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh man, he might not be best for the country, but at the same time, man, everybody like him. So we got to let him do this. And he's a politician. He finna get in there and do what they say do. If he's not a very good politician, he would not get them 2 terms as the president of the United States. Because certain people do have morals and values and stuff that they really want to get done. But if that shit not going to promote America, they're not going to let him do that. And what decides whether he does that or not is all them 20 to 40 year guys that's been in Congress forever. That's who decides that shit. They're the fabric of this country. They hold shit together. They're the reason these racist systems stay in. We don't even know their names, most of them. We don't even know most of the senators' name. But you get to look at them guys, they've been in office forever. They ain't had no election on them boys never, because they got in there and they played the game, how it go, and they stayed down with the system. When you catch a black person in there, like I'm gonna highlight one thing with Oprah Winfrey, you know what I'm saying? Because one of my friends, a new friend, I appreciate her. She commented on something I shared about Oprah. And it was, you know, she basically, in essence, she was saying, you know, I thought Oprah was a sellout, so it's good to see this. But the thing is, man, Oprah eating, you heard me? Oprah is eating. And she down with her people. But she understands that it's a process. And she's down with the process. She's agreeing to the process because of the fact that, for one, she's getting hers. She's substantiated in the process. About her being a big dog in the process, they got to yield to some of her stuff. Just like Martin Luther King. They yielded to some of his shit. They knocked him off because he was trying to do too much too fast. And they went down with that because as far as how they established the progression of the United States of America, that didn't support their vision, you know what I'm saying? So they wasn't just going to let that ride, you know? They had to knock him off to keep him from talking to certain people and making the moves he was trying to make, you know? All right, so the thing about Martin, knowing what I can appreciate that I learned from Martin, is that although the system was racist, he never told them or never asked them to stop being racist, you know? Ultimately, he never did that. We may have some speech where he was saying racism is wrong. But he ain't telling them to stop doing it because the people that took 300-400 years to get this shit done. They not finna just stop doing that. You know, that's why you can't buy. That's why we as black people can't buy into racism is over. Hell no, it ain't over, and it's not gonna be over most likely. You know, if black people elevate to the forefront of this shit, the system's still gonna be racist because we about to catch back, and they know that. We about to shut their ass down. We about to shut them down. It's gonna be all black people eating. You know. They saw it a little bit in the 90s. That's why I wasn't beefing with my man Donald Trump when he said make America great again. Because when you say great America, I think back to the 90s when every movie had black people on there. You know what I'm saying? When, you know, we had businesses and clothing lines. You know, you literally did not have to buy kind of, you know what I'm saying? You didn't have to buy from no black folk. From no white people, in theory. But he was, whoever, Carl Kanai, who the fuck ever, you know what I'm saying, Fubu, them boys right there, they was down with, they got in with black America, with white America. It looked as though, it was us on the forefront, but the white folks let them in. It's 85% white over here, so yeah, that's who let them in. But the thing about the system is that we can operate in that system. We can operate within the system of racism. It's all about us communicating to each other. It ain't about no hatred, you know what I'm saying? We got to let them have that, you know what I'm saying? Intelligent people don't hate people, you know what I'm saying? Come on, we constantly got it on, man. Don't be hating on me. Why y'all hating? It ain't no reason for y'all hating. Intelligent people don't do that. Innovative people don't hate on nobody. They support. They pat you on the back. Be like, hey, man, good job, you did. Oh, man, I like your status. Hey, that's a beautiful picture right there. Oh, girl, you fine as hell, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, you cut up. Hey, man, I like what you're doing with your mind, you know what I'm saying? Intelligent people, intellectual people promote each other. Only dumbasses hate each other behind dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? Behind some shit that they can't even affect. Most of us be hating on people behind some shit they doing that they didn't even know they were doing that, and it was offending you. They're not doing it to offend us. They just living their life. And here we go pop up, hey, not me. I don't hate on nobody. I never do that. I'll check some, you know, but I don't do no hating, you know what I'm saying? You can do all the dumb shit you want to do, you know. I may comment on you doing dumb shit, but I ain't going to hate on you. That's on you if you want to go through life being a dummy. But I'm trying to inspire you to not be a dummy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about whoever listened to this video, not you personally, but, you know, collectively. You know, if I talk to my mans right here, you dig, I'm not hating on him and telling him he just, man, you dumb. You might be doing something dumb, but you can change that at any moment. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to something that I was talking about this religion, you dig? Man, the way Christianity was founded and Islam, I ain't just shitting on Christians, because Islam too, if you're a Muslim and you black, you need to unplug from that bullshit. Malcolm didn't get around to that. He was. Had they not killed him, that's probably another reason why, you know, Muhammad was down with that shit. Elijah Muhammad, the prophet, he was down with killing him. Because, man, Malcolm had went over there to Mecca and found out that they were white-skinned Muslims. So when he come back to America, he put that man on Front Street, like, man, you been lying. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you been lying. You had us thinking that all these people black, man, and all the people not black, man. Where'd you get that foolishness from? He's like, I can't tell nobody that no more. So then he left, and, you know, he started messing with, you know, most of the Nation of Islam is not attributed with him. He is a Nation of Islam minister, but, you know, he was generally going toward that 5%. The 5% nation is the ones who generally follow Malcolm and his teachings, you know what I'm saying? But, so it's like, man, but with all of that, with the three established religions, you know, for one thing, you need to get this out your mind that you're not a Catholic. If your ass believe in Jesus Christ, you're Catholic, because it only came from Catholicism. Jesus Christ came forth from Catholicism. It was established at the end of a Catholic sword. They have two forms of Catholicism, accepted and renegade, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving them those names. The actual terminology of that, of the church, is Catholic and Protestants. That's who you got. You got the Catholics and the Protestants. The big illusion is that they let y'all come up out the church and say you're Church of God in Christ, you're Southern Baptist, you're Church of Christ, you're Presbyterian, you're Methodist, you're Apostolic. You got all of this shit, and all y'all think y'all some different shit. And all of y'all focus on some different points of the Bible. Some focus on the gifts of the Spirit. Some just focus on living right. Jehovah's Witnesses just want to go out there and get the word out there and all this stuff right there, you know what I'm saying? Man, all of y'all ass Catholic. And the Pope let y'all do that. Because the Pope is the one that approved for the Protestants to go forward, because he couldn't stop the brother that I hate I didn't research his name before I made this video. But when I was in seminary, you know, I knew this, you know. And they didn't teach me this in seminary, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's a system. They didn't teach me this in seminary about no Catholicism and Protestant. They didn't teach me that. They just taught me about the Bible. So right now, no apologies. If I personally led you to Jesus Christ and preached Jesus into your life, I ain't got no apology for it, because I'm sure that it did. I've watched some of the people that I talked to. It made me a better person when I governed myself according to that, and I've watched it make other people better people. But it made us better moral individuals in some cases, in most cases. It didn't necessarily achieve our level of living or our statuses in life. Everything that we did and we've achieved in life, or that we haven't achieved in life, has always been our fault. Let me tell you something. Anytime somebody mess up, anytime somebody fall off, they be like, man, I messed up. But when something good happened, they attribute that to God. You know what I'm saying? Say Jesus did it, you know? But according to faith, God make it to rain on the just and the unjust. So isn't he doing both of them? The word of God, I don't care if you are Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. Those are the three oldest religions, but they're young. They're young in comparison to the existence of man. Man been here 2.5 million years that they can prove. But they got other shit that suggests he's been here almost triple that time almost. 7 million years that they think that mankind has been here. And you telling me that 3,000 years ago all of a sudden we need Jesus and Allah? And we gotta unplug from that system. Like I say, I'm not apologizing for leading anybody to Christ. I just got new information. And I'm telling you this, see, most people don't read, man, especially when it comes to them religions and stuff. Y'all just take the imam word for it. You know, you take the imam word, you take the preacher word, the pastor word. You know, take the priest word. Even Catholics, they don't know what's in that shit. They just go up there and do their little mass and take communion, say they little rub their little rosaries and all that shit and roll the fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying? That's why the mafia Catholic, because it's easy to kill niggas all week and then go to mass on Sunday and it's all good, you know, and then leave about that bitch and do the same shit again. And they support that because of the fact that the higher ups, the hierarchy of Catholicism, of religion, period, man, they know the clouds ain't about to split, man. They know that everything that we do is in our own power. You dig? A lot of people talking about the Illuminati. I'm going to explain to you what the Illuminati is. The Illuminati is the enlightened ones. And this ain't no shit I read last week, no 2 months ago. This shit I've been knowing at least 15 years. I've been knowing who the Illuminati was. And that's why I ain't never taught out against, when I was preaching, I ain't never taught against the Illuminati. Even, I ain't gonna lie, Pac put me on it. Tupac put us on the Illuminati. That was the first person that we heard about it, all right? Pac got killed, though, so he didn't get a chance to update us on this shit. And a lot of people just took off with the Illuminati and just still, you know, putting this dumbass shit out. These videos are stupid. Straight up, they're stupid. Personally, I can't tell you Beyonce and Jigga and all them boys not worshiping Satan. I don't know what they doing. That's not why they're successful, though. Because they just sitting out trying to do some shit that's going to deliberately get them sent to hell. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to take this time to say that even though I did just use that terminology, I'm using it because that is the threat that's placed above us, not because it's an actual place. I ain't never seen I had to believe in hell in the Bible, and you haven't either. Whether you done read your Bible or not, you ain't seen nothing in there that says you had to believe in heaven or hell. It just tells us that there is a heaven and hell, you know, suggests that we believe that shit. And then the people that are always trying to do good, they motivated to try to go to heaven because of the fact that, you know, they don't want to go to hell. So it's a medium whereby to gauge the people and to control our actions on things. Black people are the main people who unplugging right now. That's why the Pope is on Instagram. He's on Instagram because the information that people are sharing, not the shit that I'm sharing, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a part of it, you know, but my Instagram has been, y'all know me, I mean, if you've been following me on Instagram, I used to be on there butt naked and shit. I wasn't telling you nothing about being black. I was doing shit for likes. Now I don't give a damn about no likes. I ain't gave a damn about no likes in 2 years, you know what I'm saying? Because I realized females just ain't gonna like shit. Y'all some haters. Y'all some haters. Y'all like to lust on niggas in private, you know what I'm saying? Whereas men, we don't care. That's why y'all can get 500 likes on a picture, because we don't care. We only liking that bitch because you fine as hell. You know what I'm saying? You thinking if you like our picture, I guess we're going to show up and want to marry you or something. Man, nigga ain't worried about that shit, man. We not studying you in that aspect. Straight up. I don't care how pretty you are. It may mean something when you like our picture, but it's going to mean something to our inner psyche. Just like, oh, yeah, this is a bad chick right here, you know, and she liked my picture. That's cool. Man, you 15 states away. Ain't nobody worried about you, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we smart individuals. We know that could be a fake profile. That could be a dude behind that picture, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody worried about you liking our picture. So, man, when it comes to this shit, you know, the Pope done popped up on there because of the fact that he trying to look and see what we got going on. And it's a lot of black people getting empowered and unplugging from organized religion. Because, I mean, religion shouldn't even be organized. If it's supposed to be such a moral thing, it should be in the hands of humanity. Why is it controlled by just a preacher, a pastor, an imam? You know what I'm saying? A priest. Why are there secrets that you don't know? Because it's bullshit. Straight up. I'm not saying don't believe in God. There is a God. Oftentimes we say that God is the God of the universe, you know what I'm saying? And he is. That's why the fact that the only God is mentioned in the Bible that they tell us specifically not to look at is Ra. And that's because that's who the Egyptians were worshiping, you know what I'm saying? That's at least who they were consulting. That was their higher power. They acknowledged that there's some shit going on in the universe. So before we plant our crops, we're going to consult the gods and see if it's going to rain. See if we're going to get some sunlight. Make sure we ain't going to get too much rain. When they get ready to go to war, they consult the gods. They did have spiritual leaders in their villages, in their cities or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They go get the blessings of the spiritual leader to either go to war or not. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trusting that person to look at the stars and read them. They recognize, hey, we can't do this. We just some warriors. But what does the leader say? American society was taken from Egyptian culture. And if you look at Malcolm X and study his teachings, just study his one teaching on the Kemet, or the Kemet, whatever, however you pronounce it. If you study his teachings on there, which is where I got this from, because I was one of them people like, man, yeah, I'm from Africa. I ain't got nothing to do with that Egyptian shit. Malcolm X said that we all Africans. He said, if you look at somebody who looks just like you, then you need to be intelligent enough to realize that that person is just like you. And so when we study them, where our culture come from, Africa, Egypt is a part of Africa, and they had something totally different going on. They worship God. They consulted the gods, but their higher up was the Pharaoh. That's why we got a president, you know what I'm saying? Even the Bible explained that the people got a king because they was looking at the Egyptians and the other people who had kings. They wanted a leader, so he gave them a leader. That's what they said, but I think that's just, you know, boom. They finna take off and get a leader. And, you know, they established this stuff, but everything that we do is according to Egyptian, African society, according to Africa. That's how the entire world is operated. I don't know if they even called it Africa. It's Africa in the Bible. They might have just called that bitch home. You know what I'm saying? That's just, man, a man laid there and gave this shit Africa, Asia, Europe, Spain, you know, all that shit right there, man. You know, we ain't know that at first. The boys was just at home, chilling. Man, I just want to encourage all of us to unplug from this system right here. I'm going to be sharing shit, making videos, and letting y'all know the deal you did, because we got to move forward as a people. We got to unite. And we can't unite without knowledge. So therefore, I'm about to start sharing books that you need to read, that we need to read as a people, and just help us go forward. Man, when you see some black shit, take the time and read it. I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. You know, that's just what we call it. Everybody thinking, oh, that boy, that boy black on that black shit. You know what I'm saying? That boy, Oreo, he on that black shit, whatever you call me. You know, pretty much anybody in the United States call me Oreo or black. Some people know that's my whole name, Oreo Black. That's my, you know, my little gang name or whatever. Gang. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I ain't on the negative shit no more. I'm messing with the gangsters, though. because there's some more shit that I want to establish later on about good and evil. They both exist. They're both real. But life is about choices. You know what I'm saying? Life is ultimately about choices. Whatever choice you make, that's what's going to make you get to somewhere. Your heaven and hell is right here. Your heaven and hell is right here. I'm saying that, man, confident. As confident as I used to tell y'all Jesus is the way. I'm telling you now that Jesus wasn't that. That's just a stronghold. I'm not saying that you can't be a better person by doing that. But, man, ultimately, that ain't doing shit for you. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God, it ain't doing shit for you, because the slaves prayed forever and they were still getting hung. And then the white man went and told them to pray to Jesus. The same nigga who was doing this shit to them, the same people who was selling their ass into slavery, who was inflicting bodily harm on them and their children, raping their wives, that's the same one who told them to worship Jesus. How you gonna take a nigga like that word over somebody that that's telling you different? We got to reject that. Malcolm X just say, man, I ain't finna accept no religion that ain't gonna let me be free. Christianity not gonna let you stand up for yourself. Christianity to tell you to just go for this bullshit and that Jesus gonna split the sky and come back and save you. Man, that shit ain't gonna happen, you heard me? The only way we gonna influence change in this world on earth is to do it ourselves. Yeah, Matthew 6:33, that's true. I believe that. Acknowledge God in all your ways, and he will direct your path. I believe that. But he said he gonna direct your path, not that he was gonna do it for you. You know what I'm saying? Anything that we pray and ask God for, if we consult the universe or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's a particular group of people that before they let you join them, they make sure that you do believe in a higher power. Do you believe that there's a God? They don't establish whether or not you believe in Allah, Jesus, none of that shit right there. Do you believe that something is motivating you and influences you other than just yourself? Because it's impossible to be a good human being without acknowledging a higher power. But man, if you get trapped in the if you don't unplug for organized religion, man, we ain't gonna be able to move it, because of the fact that religion keeps us bound to where we don't even do certain stuff for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? A person to come up and call us nigga, slap us, and in the Bible it say, man, we supposed to turn the other cheek. Man, how stupid is that? I ain't never preached that. Ever. All while I was pastoring, I never told nobody that. Because you slap me, I'm going to slap your ass back. With my Bible in my hand. I'll slap you with my Bible. Straight up. You know, you better not slap me. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and we have wars and stuff, so we authorize the fight. The cops killing niggas. You know what I'm saying? So, man, hey, violence is necessary. Some people don't understand nothing but an ass whooping. You dig? And that'll get their mind right. Some of them still ain't gonna get their mind right, because they ain't on the level of intelligence that the average human is on, you know, the regular human's on, you know. But man, hey, I made this, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I wanted to put that out there, you know what I'm saying? Something else about that boy Donald Trump, you know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go vote for him. I know I started out telling y'all I was going to vote for Hillary and trying to get y'all to go vote for Hillary. My motivation was something different on that shit. I think I shared it in another video, but in case I didn't, my motivation was to try to, you know, get over this mass incarceration shit. But guess what, man? They already letting dudes out of jail. And that was his contribution to the state, Bill Clinton. Man, that dude ain't about to reverse that shit, you know what I'm saying? They not gonna stop that. You know, as long as we sell dope, the prison industry is gonna flourish. As long as we kill and rape and maim people, the prison industry is gonna flourish. The illusion that it's just black folks doing it, but it's white boys in there. Trust me, I've been in there. I know it's white boys in there. It ain't many Asians, but they got some of them in there, and they got plenty of Latinos in there too. It's certain walks of life, man, good and evil. If you step into the stuff that's not accepted as being, you know, a conformist way to do things in society, your ass might get locked up, you know? So, man, the only way we can combat that is to get knowledge out here, to influence each other to stop doing negative things, stop shooting each other, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Don't let these white folks tell you that it's okay for the cops to kill us just because we killing each other. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, man. Your ass signed on to do something different. Just because we killing each other every night, nigga telling me, man, we can't ask them to respect us until we start respecting ourselves. That's a damn lie. Because I'm not disrespecting you, and you're not disrespecting me. So me and you authorized to tell these people, man, hey, even if we can be in an argument right now and get on somebody else's ass about getting in our business. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how humans work. So don't let them try to poison us with that old foolishness like, man, we can't ask nobody to do nothing better for us, because it's our fault we ain't doing this. It's not our fault. It might be our fault that we committed a particular offense, but it's not our fault that we're being held back in society. That's some real shit. It's a real plan in place to hold all white non-citizens down. And we got to master the plan and learn how to operate on the inside of the plan, you know, structure ourselves, organize through education, re-education, not just the shit that they teach us in school, because in school they just said what? Negroes were slaves, Martin Luther King came, and now it's over. And any one of them will tell you that shit right now. And you know damn well that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? How can you not unplug from that? They preacher saying that. You know what I'm saying? You going to your preacher, man. You can't keep going. Man, how you going to keep giving your money to somebody that won't even tell you how to, you know, affect some different shit that's going on in your life? Man, that nigga just talking about be good and go to heaven. Man, down there, what you supposed to do down here? Keep letting people mess over you? Man, unplug from that bullshit, you heard me? I love y'all. Bye.